Are you sick of being hooked up to a noisy pump for hours? Well, what if I told you there's an easy way to express milk that's silent, free, and always available? In this video, I'm going to teach you about hand expression, the breastfeeding skill that we often forget about as soon as we leave the hospital. Now, why should you care about hand expression? Let me give you 3 big reasons. It's completely free, always available, no fancy equipment needed, just you and your hands. It can boost your milk supply. Regular hand expression sends signals to your body to make more milk. It's perfect for collecting colostrum, that liquid gold that your baby needs in the first few days. Plus, it's a lifesaver when your pump breaks or you're away from home without your gear. By the way, I've got a little gift for you in the description below, a link to a free download, 10 ways to make breastfeeding easier to get your breastfeeding journey off to a good start. So let's go through how to hand express. When you're ready, make sure your hands are clean and apply a warm compress to your breast for a few minutes. This helps to get the milk flowing. Then I'm just going to use my little prop. Give yourself a gentle breast massage. Nothing too strenuous, just really gently. You can use your fingers. Just all over the breast and underneath. Obviously, I'm having to hold this one. If your little one is nearby, some skin-to-skin contact can really trigger that milk release. Even a photo or an item of their clothing can help to trigger those hormones. Make sure you have a clean cup to collect your milk or a needle-free syringe for colostrum. You can get these on Amazon or pharmacies. First, form a C shape with your hand like this. Now, place your hand on your breast with your thumb and index finger about 1 inch behind the areola. That's the darker area around your nipple. Don't put your fingers on the areola itself. We're aiming for the tissue behind it. The motion we're going for is press back, compress, release. Let me show you. So we're going to press back, compress, and release. Now, obviously, I've got my other hand here because I have to hold this up, but you're just going to use one hand. We're going to go press back, compress, and release. Press back towards your chest wall. Press back, compress, release. So you're gently compressing the breast tissue between your fingers and your thumb, and I mean gently. So you press back, compress, release. It's really important not to slide your hands down the breast or pinch the nipple. That is really uncomfortable and it just won't be effective. Remember, we're not milking a cow here. So be gentle and rhythmic. Think of your breast like an orange. You want to juice all the sections of it. So after a minute or 2, rotate your hand position and repeat the process. Press back, compress, release. Press back, compress, release. Press back, compress, release. This helps empty all the milk ducts. So I'm just going to show you a little bit closer. Press back, compress, release. It might take a few tries before you see any milk, and that's totally normal. Just keep at it with a gentle rhythmic motion. And then we're going to move all the way around the breast. You can turn your hand around if you like. Now that you've got the technique, I want to talk about some tips to make hand expression really work for you. To really boost your milk supply, aim to express 8 to 10 times in 24 hours, including at least once during the night. I know, sleep is precious, but expressing between 2 and 4 a.m. can be super beneficial because that's when your prolactin levels are highest. For mums-to-be, you can start collecting colostrum from 37 weeks pregnant, but double check with your doctor first if this is right for you. It's best to use hand expressing rather than a pump to do this. Use a clean spoon to catch the drops, then suck it up with a sterile syringe. You will get tiny amounts at first, but that's all your baby needs as their stomach is the size of a cherry tomato or less at birth. It truly is liquid gold for your newborn. You can also try hand expressing a little before breastfeeding. This draws some milk into the nipple, which can help your baby smell their way to the breast. Plus, they'll get an instant reward when they latch, which can encourage them to keep feeding. It's especially helpful if your little one is having trouble latching. Please don't be discouraged if you don't see milk straight away. This is totally normal, especially when you're just starting out or you're expressing colostrum. Colostrum is thick and creamy, so it might not flow as easily as mature milk. Keep at it and you'll see results in the end. If hand expressing is particularly uncomfortable, check your hand position. Make sure you're not sliding your fingers or pinching the nipple. Instead, focus on that press back, compress, release motion that we talked about earlier. Like I said before, for some mums, a gentle breast massage and warm compress before expressing can really help get things flowing. And don't underestimate the power of relaxation. Being stressed can actually inhibit your letdown reflex. If you're struggling with engorgement, hand expression can be a lifesaver. Just express a little to soften the breast, making it easier for your baby to latch. I used to do this all the time. The key is perseverance. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Your body is amazing and it will learn how to respond to your touch. When you've collected your milk, it can stay at room temperature for up to 4 hours, in the fridge for up to 4 days, and in the freezer for up to 6 months. For colostrum, use small sterile containers and label them with the date. You can refrigerate them for up to 48 hours or freeze for up to 6 months, like we said. If you want a bit more information about harvesting your colostrum, please let me know in the comments below. I'm very happy to do a separate video on this. I'll also link a blog post that I wrote about harvesting colostrum as well. I hope this video's helped. Hand expression is one of those low-key skills that we all forget about when we start playing with electric pumps, but it's a brilliant basic skill for every breastfeeding mum to master. It just goes to show that sometimes the most effective tools are the simplest ones. And if you want to know about another simple but game-changing breastfeeding hack, be sure to check out my next video where I talk about a wonderfully uncomplicated tool that pairs perfectly with hand expression. Just click here to watch me talk about that, and remember to subscribe for more content.